Hello everyone. Welcome back to day 8 of SQL50 series. Today's problem statement is customer who visited but did not make any transactions. Let's look at the SQL schema. First, we have a table named visits. It has columns visit ID and a customer ID. Both are integers. The table contains information about the customers who visited the mall. Next, we have transactions table having three columns: transaction ID, visit ID, and amount. All of them are of integer data types. This table contains information about the transactions made during the visit ID. Write a solution to find the IDs of the users who visited without making any transactions and the number of times they made these types of visits. So for each visit ID, there is a customer ID. So every customer will have multiple visits ID. But if the visit ID has some transaction, then we can say that in that visit, the customer made some transaction. If the transaction ID is null or it is not present, if the visit ID itself is not present, then probably we can say that the customer just visited but did not make any transaction or purchase. Coming back to the problem statement, return the result table sorted in any order. The result format should be like this. So this is how our input tables will look like: visit ID, customer ID, and we have transaction ID, visit ID, amount. So this gives us transaction for all the visits. Now going back to the solution. So this is how it looks like. We want customer ID and the number of times they visited but did not make any transaction. So first of all, we can see that for each visit, we need to see whether there is a transaction or not. So first we will join these two tables. So I am taking visits first because we have to go through all the visits, and within those visits some might have transactions, some might not have transaction. So because we need to traverse through all the visits, visit ID I have taken on the left and using a left join, and I am keeping transaction on my right. And the joining condition, of course, has to be visit ID where transaction ID is null. Because if the customer has visited, so there will exist a visit ID. But if transaction has not occurred, there will be no transaction ID. So transaction ID will be null. And then once we have all these details, we have to count all such visit IDs for every customer. So we need to group by every customer. So group by one. One is actually the column in order. So it is appearing at first. So we can write one. We can also group by customer ID. We can write like that, or we can simply just write one to represent the first column. So we are grouping by customer ID and we are just counting all of such rows. And this is how it should look like: customer ID and count underscore no underscore traps. So this is the solution.